We have all been in this situation. You are hungry, but you don't know exactly what you want to eat, so you reach out for some help, and you hear those three dreaded words. I don't care. But you should care, especially if you're at Universal, because there is some really, really good food, and then there's some edible stuff. Lucky for you, we have eaten almost every single thing at Universal Studios, so today we're going to share the top 10 best food items here at this park, so that the next time that you make a suggestion, you'll hear something like this instead. Oh wow, that's such a good suggestion. You have all the best answers and you know the best food. Your brain must be so, so big. Let's go eat.
We're starting at the front of the park with one of our favorite restaurants in Universal Studios, and that is the Today Cafe. Especially if you're looking for somewhere to get breakfast in this park, this is our go-to place. But today we have the chicken pesto flatbread. They started making these flatbreads about a year ago, and the really interesting thing is that they changed the flavor seasonally. So this is the one that we have for summer. For Mardi Gras, there was a muffaletta flatbread that was to die for. This is like when they come up with a new flavor, we are running over here to get it because they're always the best. I have to, there we go. Gotta break it so you can fold it. It is a little messy. The flatbread is so well balanced. It's got some crunch with the crust. It's got enough salt, enough cheese. It's not super saucy. The chicken is good. It's light, it's refreshing. I could eat one of these every single day, and I don't know if I would ever get tired of it.
One of the things that I love about these flatbreads is that it's normally like a cauliflower crust, so it doesn't sit as heavy on you. I'll be honest, this one isn't our favorite. It's good, and I would get it again, but I just can't stop thinking about the watermelon feta flatbread that they had last summer. The thing was magical. If you thought that this video was gonna not have the crepe stand in it, you were wrong. Of course it's gonna have the crepe stand in it because the crepe is arguably the best thing that exists in the world, in the entire world. But this is the brisket crepe, our absolute favorite crepe from Central Park Crepes. We've talked about this a million times. We'll talk about it a million more times. It's just too good not to get if you're doing a best foods video. I barely got any of it. Because like the first bite, honestly, it's kind of just, it's all crepe. I guess the whole thing's crepe, but it's all, you know what I'm talking about. It's this thing right here. But the sauce that's in this thing is so good. Everything about it. Anna doesn't even really like coleslaw. And I think she would eat 4 of these in a single day. That's how good it is. Everything about this, the briskets, they have a bunch of different ones. They have like seasonal ones, but none of them have ever compared to the brisket crepe.
We had to escape over here because that new show over by Mel's started and it was super loud. And we came over here and the Beat Builder show started across the pond. But I think what I love about this crepe so much is that on paper, there's several things in here that I didn't think I was gonna like the sauce. I think it's like a mustardy sauce. I'm not a fan of mustard. I don't really like coleslaw, but this thing is amazing. You could bottle that sauce and I would put it on everything I eat now. So if you're here at Universal Studios, make sure you get one of these and get plenty of napkins because it is very, very messy. She's a 10, but she's a hot mess. This is the donut sundae from Lard Lad Donuts. It has degraded quickly in the sun. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty good representation of what I feel like right now. Just absolutely a hot mess, but it's gonna taste delicious regardless. Okay, there we go. That thing. Gotta bite. This ice cream is everything right now. It is so daggum hot outside, but this is delicious. This might be one of my favorite desserts in either park. It is so good, and it's just a donut, but it's a really good donut, and then soft serve ice cream, and then you can choose your topping. We always get Oreo on top because it is the best. The way that the soft serve just like melts into the donut, it's so sweet, it's so refreshing. I could eat a million of these, and I am just so happy that I finally tried these at the park.
Nobody likes a stale donut. but I kind of do in this situation. I don't know if they're actually stale. We always said that they're, they almost have the texture that they're a little stale, but it goes perfectly with the ice cream. Like it absorbs the ice cream. I don't know if they're actually stale. Like they could just not be straight out of the oven. I don't know, like, but the texture's great. All I'm trying to say is the texture's really nice. It just hit me. Donuts are fried. Lard lads, they're probably fried in lard. I'm connecting the dots.
It looks like everybody is going for ice cream today, and we don't blame them because it is ridiculously hot. But when we went to get our sundae at Lard Lads, they were out of ice cream, and we had to wait like 20 minutes for their machine to make more ice cream. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, this sticky toffee pudding from the Leaky Cauldron looks even better than I remembered it. It's like hot on the bottom and there's ice cream on the top. There's caramel that's just like dripping off the side of it. It looks so good. Like my memories of it are phenomenal, and this looks even better than I remember. That just makes me want to dance. It's so good. Like the toffee caramel flavor is so strong, and it pairs well with the ice cream, and then the outside of it is crunchy. It's like you get a little bit of crunch, and then it's soft on the inside with like the warm cake and the cold ice cream. This might be a perfect dessert.
I think I'm noticing a pattern, and that's just, we just like desserts with ice cream on top. Matter of fact, we just like ice cream because we were originally gonna do butterbeer soft serve because you can only get that here in Diagon Alley. But it just seemed too easy, and everybody probably knows about butterbeer soft serve. So we decided to go with something that we don't think as many people know about. But if you're gonna come get a dessert, honestly, just get butterbeer soft serve and then sticky toffee pudding. Get them both. Y'all know what we're here for. Beef pasties. You thought we were getting butterbeer. I may have led you that way. But beef pasties, not a lot of people know about these. Matter of fact, from the time that we got them to when we got out here, we had 2 people ask us what these were. I told one of them they were apple turnovers because I like to mess with people. I'm just kidding, I told them they were beef pasties. These things are great. These little things are filled with just pure goodness, and they're not really that advertised. We had to actually ask today if they still served them at the Hoppin' Pot because we didn't see them on the menu, and they also used to have like a little display of plastic ones. And we didn't see them out there. They're just good. I don't know what else to say. Like, they're just a good little snack. That's all I got. Like, I don't have much about them. We just like them. And not a lot of people know about them. So we like to share them with you. And they're good. So they check all the boxes.
Is it pasties or pasties? Because I know in the film they call them pasties, but I don't know if that's just because like they're British and that's the British pronunciation of it. Like, let me know how this is supposed to be pronounced, but they're so good.
Aren't pasties? Never mind.
Up next, we are headed to the San Francisco Pastry Company. Listen guys, we get made fun of all the time for how we pronounce things, and this is gonna be one of those instances. So I call this a caprese sandwich, but I think the correct way to pronounce it is caprese. But honestly, the correct way to pronounce it should just be yum because it is delicious. This is my favorite sandwich at this park. And it's also vegetarian. There's no meat in this whatsoever. It's just cheese and tomato and basil and pesto. It's so good. I'm just gonna dig in. It's salty, it's light, the pesto gives it good flavor, and it's also pretty filling, so this is only half of the sandwich, and then it comes with fruit and potato salad as well. Tyler and I will split one of these for lunch all the time, and it is plenty of food. You definitely need to try this one.
So it's not my favorite sandwich. It's a good sandwich. It's a really good sandwich, but we're gonna get to my favorite sandwich in just a little bit. We'll talk about that. So, I was gonna say, the potato salad's good, it just needs salt. So grab a salt packet, Or if it's really windy, grab 2 salt packets. That way you actually get some salt on it. They have 2 different kinds of potato salad. The other one, it's typically up at Today Cafe, but they also serve this one. When you get the other one, it's like circular disc. I don't know what other word I was trying to say there, but like it's like little disc of potato. It's better, but this one is still really good. Just get enough salt and dodge the wind. What do you call this? Do you have a word for it? Me and my brothers always called it something.
Like a crust bubble?
All right. Yeah, that's it. Like, I mean, I thought it was special.
This is a slice of pizza, pepperoni pizza to be exact, from Louie's. This is our favorite pizza in the parks, and there's not much to say about it because it's pepperoni pizza. A lot of times when we talk about how good Louie's is, people think it's gonna be just like amazing pizza for like pizza places in general, and it's definitely not the best pizza we've ever had, but it's really good for a theme park. And we've also had several very reputable people tell us that the pizza from Louie's is the exact same as the pizza from Cafe 4 and The Stand, like over in New York. And I believe them to some degree, but it doesn't taste the same. The pizza from Louie's tastes so much better. So if you're gonna get pizza here at Universal, get it from Louie's. What are you doing?
That's mine.
Okay. Right.
A couple little tips for Louie's since we didn't have too much to talk about with it. One, the little window outside, if it's really busy inside, you can sometimes find it and not really have to wait in line. Like today, there was nobody out there, so you could have gotten a slice of pizza really quick. And 2, a lot of families, we see families go in there and get like 4 or 5 slices of pizza for their, you know, each kid or whatever gets their own slice of pizza. You can actually buy the entire pizza. And it's a big pizza.
Yeah.
I think you get like 4 or 5 of those slices out of it, and it's like the price of 3 slices of pizza. So if you've got a big family or a big group, that's something to keep in mind.
Now we've got something that I'm excited about. This is the Big Apple and the Big Apple because we're in the New York area of the parks. This is the mini apple streusel mousse. This is the new dessert that is at one of the snack carts in the New York area, like right in front of the Mummy, that we've only had this once, and the one time that we had it, we fell in love with it. I think we both tout this as our favorite dessert, probably in either park, because it was so good. So I'm super excited to try it again and just see if it's as good as I remember it being. I kind of feel bad for like digging into this because it's so pretty, like the nice little like apple dome on top, but oh well. Gotta get all the way down there, gotta get all the layers. Oh, see, look at that. It is just as good as I remember. It is sweet, but not too sweet. It's cold, like to have it in a little refrigerator. So it's nice and chilled. You get the apple, the cinnamon, like the streusel part. Oh, I got choked. This little mousse at the top is so good, and then the little like gelatin covering adds some interesting texture. This dessert is so good.
Yeah. It's just as good as it used to be. They've really stuck with what works for the last 6 weeks or however long it's been open. I don't even know. I was gonna get that piece of chocolate, but it's the stem, because you never get to eat the stem when you eat an apple. It's kind of like a wasted part.
The forbidden stem?
This forbidden stem, but this one's melted, so I didn't get to eat it.
Still forbidden.
I love apple. I know it looked awkward, but we were just waiting for the train to go by. So you may notice that we're sitting at a table. You probably didn't notice because you're watching us eat food. You don't really care about that. But these aren't normally here. Typically, like seasonally, there are food booths. But these showed up when they opened up Minions Cafe. I'm kind of curious. They don't look like they're bolted in. They're not. I apologize. So I guess they will still move these and put food booths here. I guess if that was going to be a myth that was coming up, we've solved it. Hello. Let's go to the Minions Cafe.
Once I get this mobile order put in, I'm gonna kick your butt at foosball. This might be the most fun I've had in a really long time. If you come to Minions Cafe, ask for one of the foosball tables. There are 2 of them.
So this is Stuart's Szechuan surprise. I probably said that wrong as well, but that's okay. So we came over here and did an entire video where we tried just about everything, but this is one of the things that we didn't get. And we watched some of our friends' reviews, and they all love this. So we had to come back and get this. If it was us, we would tell you to get the, what? Uncle Drew's belly filling pork sandwich. That thing is insanely good. Earlier when I mentioned my favorite sandwich in the parks, that would be my favorite sandwich, and I'm disappointed that Anna even suggested that that other thing could even be in the running. You don't want that.
It's a nice try.
It's really good. It's got like that spice that hits you in the back of the throat as soon as you get it, like you swallow it. Good flavor, like really juicy, tender chicken, which is hard to do in theme parks. I'm telling you, I know we talk about it in other videos, but protein's hard to do in theme parks because they do it in batches a lot of times, but this feels like it's made to order. It is so good in that, like, it's building. The spice in the back of my throat is building.
I see what you mean about the spice in the back of your throat. It's a little spicier than I expected it to be, but the flavor is so good. It's kind of like a sweet chili. Like, it's a little sweet, it's got enough salt, and then that spice does like slowly build. I'm really interested to try these noodles too. Let's see. These are like, look how thick these noodles are. I think they're udon noodles, but like, there's a minion stuck in the locker. I like the noodles. I like the texture of the noodle. It is a very, very thick noodle. I feel like you need to get like a piece of chicken with the noodle because they don't really taste like they're sauced with anything. Like the noodles themselves don't have anything to like.
Whatever's on this, put it on the noodle. No, yeah. I'm saying I wish they would.
Yeah, just like rub it. I wish they would too, because the noodles, they need some sauce, but eat it with the chicken.
This will tell you how good this is. We've been eating all day, and we're sitting here just like devouring like this chicken. It's also really hard to get not only good protein, but just a lot of protein in general. Yeah. Like a lot of people resort to turkey legs because of it.
This is way better.
I would much rather have this than a turkey leg.
We noticed as we were leaving in like the main room when you first enter, there's a bunch of decor that's like up on shelves up high, and the majority of it has googly eyes all over it. Like the decor in there in general is just amazing, but we laughed so hard at that, like way harder than we should have. I just want to like go home and put googly eyes all over our decor in our house and see if anybody ever notices. This is the Evil Minions S'more Cupcake from Bake My Day, and we have never had this before, but when we did our Minion Cafe video, we got a cupcake from here that was like a citrusy, fruit-flavored cupcake. We both hate like lemony, citrusy desserts, and it's the best cupcake that we've ever had at the parks. So when we heard that they had a s'mores cupcake, we knew that we had to try this, and I am just manifesting that it's gonna be delicious. I just wanna like dig in. Look at all of that frosting. It is so much. I kind of feel bad for the evil minion, you know? He's kind of like me. He's not evil. He's just misunderstood. Ooh, it looks so good. I can tell this cake, like the cake part also has like a glaze on it. So most of the time when you get stuff that is s'mores flavored, it has like graham cracker in it and like marshmallows in it. I don't see any of that yet. I guess there's still a possibility that it's in there. Update, I found filling. There's filling in the middle. We had to go spelunking in the middle of the cupcake. Ooh, this looks good. Is that peanut butter flavored? I feel like that might be peanut butter.
So, Anna's a very sweet person. She was trying to go with it. You enjoyed it until you got to the peanut butter.
Until I got to the peanut butter, it was great.
But you really couldn't figure out why it was called a s'mores. You know why? Guys, because it's not a s'mores cupcake. It's a peanut butter and jelly cupcake, so it makes a lot more sense. There is some marshmallow cream apparently mixed with that peanut butter in the middle. But when I took a bite of the icing, I could tell it has a grape flavor to me. And I don't know, that's somebody mad that we got served a s'mores cupcake and not, or a peanut butter and jelly cupcake and not a s'mores cupcake. I really like this. I just know that you won't ever get it again because it's peanut butter and jelly.
Now that we're piecing it all together, I'm realizing that the guy behind the counter, he was like looking at a sheet trying to read like what the flavors were. He must have accidentally read the description for like the Evil Minion s'more, because they actually have like a s'more that is like marshmallow dipped in white chocolate, because he said something about white chocolate, and that frosting is not white chocolate flavor. Alright guys, that was the top 10 best food items in Universal Studios, except for maybe the cupcake.
The cupcake was fine. The cupcake was good to me. What we'll say about the last one is go to Bake My Day, because they have some of the best desserts in the park.
Treats.
Really treats. Some of the best treats. But anyways, guys, if you want to see our full review of Minion Cafe, make sure to check out this video right up here. But thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Until next time, that's something to pew on.
No.